観戦する側としては声も出したいし、応援団の人の今までやってきてくれはったことってやっぱり
新ファン同士仲良くワイワイガヤガヤやってんのも好きやし、勝ってほしいですけど。
Baseball is considered America's pastime and the third most popular sport in the country. In Japan, however, the diamond is considered king and the #1 sport in the land of the rising sun. Have you ever wondered why? In this video, we'll discuss 8 reasons why baseball is so popular in Japan. Stick around to find out what a manager did in Japan that would have made him ostracized in the United States. Number 8. Rich history. Baseball is popular in Japan because it is deeply rooted in a storied history. The game is known as Yaku in Japanese, which when translated becomes field ball. The game first arrived in Japan during the Meiji era. The Meiji era was a time when Japan accepted a lot of Western customs and practices. During that time, baseball was played as sort of cooperative team play. When baseball first arrived in the country, it did not see instant success. The native popular sports were sumo wrestling and kendo. But after university teams cropped up across the country, the game started climbing up the ladder of success. However, it still lagged behind the other major sports at the time. So, what led to the boom in popularity? The momentum shifted during post-World War II period thanks to the American soldiers who promoted the sport. The game got much needed publicity when a series of exhibition games were played with the American baseball legends. The legends included 3 Yankee players in the Iron Horse Lou Gehrig, the hit streak king Joe DiMaggio, and the great Bambino Babe Ruth. Yes, some of the greatest to ever lace them up made the sport popular in Japan. Baseball enabled the Japanese to recover from the devastation of the war. It brought people together to rebuild and play the sport in the interest of baseball. So, after reorganization in 1950, today stands a powerful, vibrant, and exciting professional league known as the Nippon Professional Baseball. The Nippon Professional Baseball consists of 2 leagues, the Central League and the Pacific League, which each have 6 teams. In addition, there are 2 secondary level professional minor leagues, the Eastern League and the Western League. They play shorter schedules for developing players. Yes, baseball in Japan has been a journey, and a beautiful one at that. Number 7. Perfect match between culture and sport. Baseball is a popular sport because the Japanese appreciate the value of working in a team towards a common goal. It's a sport simple enough for children to learn quickly and teaches valuable lessons. The game in the United States showcases that hitters need to hit home runs and pitchers need to get strikeouts to get attention. However, the Japanese appreciate the fundamentals of the game, developing good techniques and execution. They see baseball as a sport that relies more on skill than brawn, which appeals to the people. While players must be physically fit, they must also possess the mental fortitude to play their best during every inning. Japanese are very conservative people, and baseball reinforces the need for discipline. So a pitcher won't deliberately throw at a hitter from the other team to trigger a brawl. That will never happen in Japan, and they like it that way. It's why baseball perfectly matches the culture. Number 6. Games at every level matters. Baseball is king in Japan because the public show interest when played at every level. The little leaguers are developed from a young age to have good work ethics and discipline. These young stars attract big crowds to their games as they potentially qualify to come to Williamsport, Pennsylvania to play in the Little League World Series. It's no coincidence that Team Japan has won 5 of the last 10 tournaments and 11 overall because they are very good at developing young talent. The high school competition is even more intense with over 4,000 teams participating around the country. The top teams from the country's 47 prefectures then gather to play a 10-day tournament. What about the crowds? In the United States, a high school baseball game attracts only about a few hundred people. However, it is completely different in Japan. High school baseball games are big events. In Japan, you will see millions of spectators attending the games. The games are broadcasted nationally to a big audience. Also, the best players attract a lot of attention nationwide. Playing a good game, these high school players become overnight celebrities. Also, players are drafted for the professional teams from these games. The professional baseball teams deploy scouts to watch the games and recruit the best players into the professional circuit. Yes, the Japanese love their baseball and consume it at every age level. Number 5. Talk of the town. Baseball is number 1 in Japan because it is what people discuss in water cooler talk. After a long weekend, an American will talk with their friends and co-workers about that crazy touchdown in overtime without the other team getting the ball to answer. Sorry, Bills fans, I got sidetracked. However, in Japan, you are more likely to hear people talking about who won the baseball tournament. Baseball is so big that no matter who you are, you likely support a team, and that team is likely hated by another team. Yes, some friendly rivalries develop in the workplace or even within your own family. Yes, it's a way of life in Japan. Fun fact, big characters. Although Japan is conservative as mentioned, they more readily embrace big personalities when compared to the West, which views people with skepticism and trolls them for being quirky. For instance, at the start of the 2022 season, Tsuyoshi Shinjo, a former New York Met and San Francisco Giant player, became the manager of the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. During his introductory press conference, Shinjo asked reporters to call him Big Boss. Then, he took it to another level by registering his name in the league as Big Boss, and it was determined his change was not against MVP rules. To top it off, he made an entrance fit for a king, in this case, a big boss. The 50-year-old arrived on a hovercraft inside the Sapporo Dome from the team's home opener against the Saitama Seibu Lions. Shinjo sported a tinted helmet, white pants, and a red jacket, and the scene was complete with dramatic music. He did not miss one detail. Just imagine a manager doing all this in America within his first month as a manager. People would think he's crazy. In Japan, that man is Superfly. See the difference? Number 4, loyal players and fan base. Another intrinsic part of Japanese baseball is the loyalty within its players and the fan base. In American baseball, the entire offseason and trade deadline is rife with speculations on where players will get traded and which team will sign free agent players. However, in Japan, baseball players rarely change teams. Two major reasons are that Japanese ball clubs typically view their homegrown players as part of their organization and rarely trade their players, and fans tend to be greatly disappointed if a favorite player fails to re-sign with their team upon becoming a free agent. The Japanese are also not bandwagon fans that support their team when they are winning and jump ship to another next when they lose. Yes, the code word is loyalty. Number 3, incredible atmosphere in the stadium. Baseball is the most popular sport in Japan because attending a game is taking in live entertainment. It is not just about the game as it is an experience. Stadium seats at Japanese baseball games are segregated by teams, and you are not allowed to wear the opposing team's colors when sitting in a designated fan area. One positive aspect, however, of seating all the team supporters together is that it makes it easier for fans to cheer on their team in unison. Each baseball player has their unique cheer, which is delivered in unison by the crowd to the sounds of a brass band that plays live in the stadium. Fans are also expected to have rally towels, mini umbrellas, and balloons. Each team has crazy mascots, and whenever you feel like you fancy a beer, you can probably get one brought to you. Baseball stadiums in Japan include beer girls who are known as Yuriko. Man, that sounds like so much fun. Number 2, their own legend. Baseball is at the top of the heap in Japan because the sport has its own iconic player. His name is Sadaharu Oh. Sadaharu Oh is known as the Babe Ruth of Japanese baseball. What makes him a legend? The man hit 868 home runs in the MVP league over his 31-year career spanning from 1959 to 1980. Yes, it is a world record because it's more than Hank Aaron's 756 and Barry Bonds' 762. O was an unusual slugger both due to his moderate size at 5'10" and weighing 173 pounds, but also for his unique batting stance and hitting style. After a tepid start to his career in the late 1950s, a batting coach instructed him to adopt a pre-pitch style of standing on one leg like a flamingo, lifting his lead leg high and tight to his body before exploding into pitches. It worked and has yet to be fully imitated by other players, at least for the power. O is a 15-time home run champion, named to the All-Star team 18 times, was named MVP 9 times, and won 11 Japan Series championships. That is some career. Number 1, developing young superstars. Baseball is popular in Japan because they take pride in producing the best shining talent in the major leagues. After Masanori Murakami became the first Japanese player to play in Major League Baseball for the Giants in 1964, 3 decades lapsed until another player made the transition named Hideo Nomo. Nomo won the Rookie of the Year with his tornado-style pitching and became an instant sensation, bringing attention to the possibility of more talent in Japan. It led to more scouts being sent to the Far East to determine emerging talent that could be signed before the competition. The revolution has led to brilliant players coming from the land of the rising sun. It includes position players like Ichiro Suzuki, regarded as the best pure hitter the game has ever seen, or Hideki Matsui, known as the Godzilla who tormented pitchers to a World Series win. Japan has produced phenomenal pitchers over the years, including Masahiro Tanaka, Yu Darvish, and a lights-out World Series closer, Koji Uehara. In the past 3 years, Americans have fallen in love with Shohei Ohtani's unicorn ability to play two-way baseball, and he quickly became the face of Major League Baseball. The Japanese are just getting started, and we know there is more talent to come. Japan takes great pride in these players and buying their merchandise, following their games in a far different time zone, and flying to a country on vacation to watch them. Yes, these reasons prove and show why baseball is so popular in Japan. What do you think about the Japanese baseball culture? Are you intrigued enough to attend a game in Japan? Let me know in the comments section, smash the like button, and subscribe to the channel for more premium sports content. Until next time.